नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय। भक्त श्रेष्ठ महाराज की जय। नमस्ते नरसिंहाय, नमस्ते नरसिंहाय। प्रहलाद लादाय, प्रहलाद लादाय। हिरण्यकशिपूर्वक्षः, हिरण्यकशिपूर्वक्षः। शिलाटङ्कानफालाय, शिलाटङ्कानफालाय। इतो नृसिंहो परतो नृसिंहो, इतो नृसिंहो परतो नृसिंहो। यतो यतो यामि ततो नृसिंहो, यतो यतो यामि ततो नृसिंहो। महे नृसिंहो हृदय नृसिंहो, महे नृसिंहो हृदय नृसिंहो। नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे, नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे। तव कर कमलवरेण्यखा, पदुत श्रेष्ठा। ललिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुमृङ्गा, केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा। जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। जय नरसिंहदेव, नरसिंहदेव, नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव। जय प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज। जय प्रहलाद महाराज। जय गौरानिताय, गौरानिताय, गौरानिताय। जय गौरानिताय। जय गोपाला, गोपाला। जय कृष्ण बलराम, जय कृष्ण बलराम। जय राधे श्याम सुंदर, राधे श्याम सुंदर श्री राधे। जय जगन्नाथ, जय जगन्नाथ। जय बलदेवा, जय सुभद्रा। जय गिरि गोवर्धन, गिरि गोवर्धन, गिरि गोवर्धन। जय गिरि गोवर्धन। जय जय प्रभुपाद, प्रभुपाद, प्रभुपाद। जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय जय गुरुदेव, गुरुदेव, गुरुदेव। जय जय गुरुदेव। लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय। भक्त श्रेष्ठ प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। श्री गौर निताय की जय। श्री बाल गोपाल जी की जय। श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय। श्री राधे श्याम सुंदर की जय। श्री जगन्नाथ जी, सुभद्रा जी, बलदेव जी की जय। गिरिराज धरण की जय। पिला गुरु महाराज की जय। All glories to the assembly of this. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much. So, Hare Krishna, all the devotees. We are discussing chapter 6. Yeah, we completed 15 verses. Anyone remember what we discussed in our last session? Anyone? At least one point.
It's difficult to do meditation.
Okay.
But it is easier to do bhakti. To achieve success, doing meditation, you may not be successful in this life, and it takes a very long process.
Yeah. Perfect. Thanks, Mataji. So, what we discussed is 13, 14, 15. Here we can see. Yeah. Of course, even 11, 12 also. Starting from 11 until 15, it's like a one pack of bunch of slokas, which tells about tapasya, tapa, by sitting in a secluded place. Okay. So, of course, every sadhana is a tapasya. Understand? But this is like meditating, sitting at one secluded place. What is the procedure? How people do, yogis do in the previous yogas? That's what I explained here. Okay. To practice yoga, one should go to a secluded place, starting from here. Okay. So we discussed till 15. Thus, practicing constant control of body, mind, and activities, the mystic transcendentalist, his mind regulated, attains to the kingdom of God by cessation of material existence. Okay, these bits we discussed in our last session. Understand? Okay. Of course, again we discussed, Prabhupada mentioned, like, in this age of Kali, chanting the holy name of the Lord is recommended. Now we'll continue from text 16. Okay, Bhuvaneshwar Mataji, would you please read 16? You are on mute.
Sorry. Hare Krishna. Sorry, I was on mute.
Yeah.
Nati asnatastu yogosti na chaikantam anasnataha na chati swapna silhilasya jagrato naiva cha Arjuna. Translation. There is no possibility of one's becoming a yogi or Arjun if one eats too much or eats too little, sleeps too much or does not sleep enough. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Regulation of diet and sleep is recommended herein for the yogis. Too much eating means eating more than is required to keep the body and soul together. There is no need for men to eat animals because there is an ample supply of grains, vegetables, fruits, and milk. Such simple foodstuff is considered to be in the mode of goodness according to the Bhagavad Gita. Animal food is for those in the mode of ignorance. Therefore, those who indulge in animal food, drinking, smoking, and eating food which is not first offered to Krishna will suffer sinful reactions because of eating only polluted things. Bhunjate te tvam agam papam ye pachanti atmakarana. Anyone who eats for sense pleasure or cooks for himself, not offering his food to Krishna, eats only sin. One who eats sin and eats more than is allotted to him cannot execute perfect yoga. It is best that one eat only the remnants of foodstuff offered to Krishna. A person in Krishna consciousness does not eat anything which is not first offered to Krishna. Therefore, only the Krishna conscious person can attain perfection in yoga practice. Nor can one who artificially
abstains from
eating, manufacturing his own personal process of fasting, practice yoga. The Krishna conscious person observes fasting as it is recommended. Sorry?
8:30. No, Mata, you continue, please.
The Krishna conscious person observes fasting as it is recommended in the scriptures. He does not fast or eat more than is required, and he is thus competent to perform yoga practice. One who eats more than required will dream very much while sleeping, and he must consequently sleep more than is required. One should not sleep more than 6 hours daily. One who sleeps more than 6 hours out of 24 is certainly influenced by the mode of ignorance. A person in the mode of ignorance is lazy and prone to sleep a great deal. Such a person cannot perform yoga.
Wonderful. So, very good points, to discuss. But we'll go with the next verse also. Mataji, please read this one also.
Yuktahara viharasya yukta chestasya karmasu yukta swapna vapodasya yogo bhavati dukkha. Translation: he who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Extravagance in the matter of eating, sleeping, defending, and mating, which are demands of the body, can block advancement in the practice of yoga. As far as eating is concerned, it can be regulated only when one is practiced to take and accept prasadam, sanctified food. Lord Krishna is offered according to the Bhagavad Gita 9.26, vegetables, flowers, fruits, grains, milk, etc. In this way, a person in Krishna consciousness becomes automatically trained not to accept food not meant for human consumption or not in the category of goodness. As far as sleeping is concerned, a Krishna conscious person is always alert in the discharge of his duties in Krishna consciousness, and therefore any unnecessary time spent sleeping is considered a great loss. Avyartha kalatvam. A Krishna conscious person cannot bear to pass a minute of his life without being engaged in the service of the Lord. Therefore, his sleeping is kept to a minimum. His ideal in this respect is Srila Rupa Goswami, who was always engaged in the service of Krishna and who could not sleep more than 2 hours a day, and sometimes not even that. Thakura Haridas would not even accept prasadam, nor even sleep for a moment without finishing his daily routine of chanting with his beads 300,000 names. As far as work is concerned, a Krishna conscious person does not do anything which is not connected with Krishna's interest, and thus his work is always regulated and is untainted by sense gratification. Since there is no question of sense gratification, there is no material leisure for a person in Krishna consciousness. And because he is regulated in all his work, speech, sleep, wakefulness, and all other bodily activities, there is no material misery for him.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mata. So we will discuss these two because it is very, very important, these things to understand in our daily lives, how we are doing and all. Okay, so first of all, let me see who are there. Okay, so right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh, okay. The first one is there is no possibility of once becoming yogi, Arjuna, if one eats too much or eats too little, sleeps too much or doesn't sleep enough. This is one point. Yeah. And in the next verse, it is saying, he who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing yoga system. Okay. So the very first point we need to understand is, so everyone accept that we have to offer Krishna Prasadam and eat the remnants. Yeah. That is one thing, we are all sure, right? So there is no doubt in that one. Okay. And on top of that, Prabhupada explained about the regulation of diet, and also regulation of sleep. So, okay, these two are very, very important. So the one question will come, it's Krishna Prasadam. Why can't I eat as much as I can? That is, one point people say. And why can't I sleep as much time as I want, so that the body will get rest? Okay, these are the two questions that comes all the times. Yeah. So now open to all of you. So who want to start the discussion about the two questions I raised? The first question, why can't I eat as much prasadam as I can? It's Krishna Prasadam. Is there anything wrong? Why we need that regulation?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It's because if you eat too much, you feel sleepy. And if you want to sleep, your time will be wasted. Then you won't be able to study scripture. That's why Krishna is saying, eat in moderation, not to overeat.
Okay. Any other points? Madhavi Mataji?
Everything you need to balance, Prabhuji. Is mode of ignorance. Even Krishna Prasadam also you can take too much. This is mode of ignorance. No?
We don't use the word mode of ignorance because it is Krishna Prasadam. Anything related to Krishna is not in mode of ignorance. It is definitely in sattva. Yeah?
Okay.
So we don't use that word mode of ignorance, but balanced diet is required because our body is a material body.
Oh.
Understand? Prasadam is spiritual. But our body is a material body. It can't digest. Yeah, that is the important point. So that's why we should be wise enough, intelligent enough to know how much we can accept, yeah, and eat so that we can regulate the diet. So, yes, Manjula Mataji, you raised your hand.
Yes,
You are
Prabhu, they always say that eat enough to keep the body and the soul together healthily, but not more than that. Any excess
Exactly.
is not required.
True. Yeah, that too, Mataji is a doctor. So, so having, eating the prasadam that can keep the body and soul together. Of course, prasadam, Krishna prasadam means it keeps the soul healthy. Yeah. Naturally to body also. Okay. But how much, the quantity, that is very, very important. Yeah? So to ensure this material body can also digest, it should match to that one. That is a very, very important. Unfortunately, today we are missing so many people. Sapana Prabhu is not there, Atul Prabhu is not there. Yeah, but this is very important topic for us to understand actually. Because the question comes, why can't, it's Krishna Prasadam. Why can't I eat as much as I can? Yeah. Because the body is a material body. If you attain the spiritual body, okay, then that doesn't have any boundaries, any limitations. Understand? So anything related to this gross body within this material world, yeah, which is very, very temporary, is unable to digest if we take more, and also is unable to survive if we take less. Understand? So don't take less also. Taking less prasadam is also not recommended in the name of diet. People who follow Ekadasi, when they are breaking Ekadasi the next day, yeah, they eat more. Because the mind tells, oh, whole day yesterday, whether you are on nirjal, or you are just with gel, or you just took fruits, or you did not take grains. So, take as much as possible. The mind tells like that. Understand? So, but definitely not. Even I heard one devotee said, even that day before Ekadasi, also night, we're not supposed to take solid food. He recommended juice. Take some orange juice, something like that. The day before Ekadasi. Because the mind tells, hey, tomorrow Ekadasi, you are going to fast. So tonight you eat as much as possible. So that next day you can do Ekadasi perfectly. Yeah? No, that is also not recommended. So this Ekadasi, fasting or regular diet, in other days, so we have to be very, very careful. This I know, so many Matajis, in this group, even in temple also, and some Prabhujis also, they follow perfect, diet, proper diet. Yeah. So to keep the body healthy, so that we can do more service. If we live long, we can do more service. Understand? And once the soul attains the spiritual body, then it has no boundaries. It has no boundaries because that is spiritual. Understand? So, eating the food which is not a Krishna consciousness is itself is in a mode of ignorance. Yeah. But honoring Krishna Prasadam is always in sattva. Okay. So, but we are not fit to eat as much as we can. That's the thing. Understand? That is very, very important. And the same in terms of, yes, Manjula Mataji, yeah.
Prabhu, does a spiritual body need to eat once we become spiritual? Will we have to eat, if at all we do? I mean, I don't know whether we will or not in this lifetime.
Yeah, because it is not because it gets hungry, because it serves the Lord, isn't it? Yeah, Krishna also eats in Goloka Vrindavan, in the spiritual world. Understand? So, in spiritual world, there is no tiredness, there is no hungry. Yeah, these things are not there. But since it is spiritual, yeah, so they can stay without eating. Yeah, but since all spiritual beings are in the service of the Lord, they offer prasadam to Lord, and then they honor it. Yeah, it's not something like it is a mandatory to eat for survival. No, that's a service. Honoring prasadam is also service. This is very, very important. I think we discussed before also this point. We recommend devotees to come to temple at least by prasadam time. Whether to say, some people say, no, I can't come by 12:30, or I can't attend the class. Yeah, like that. Then we say, okay, you at least come by 2:33. Like that. Understand? So in spiritual world, that is not because of the survival they eat. That's a service. The spiritual beings, all the souls feel happy when they cook for Krishna, and when they feed Krishna, and also when they honor the remnants of Krishna. Okay, does it answer your question, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu, thank you.
Yeah. In the same way, sleep. Understand? So Prabhupada here recommended 6 hours sleep. Okay. Some people may feel difficult, 6 hours. If you feel difficult, 8 hours max. Okay. Definitely more than 8 hours is not required for the body. If we feel it is required, means our mind is tricking us. Okay. As we practice, from 8 to 6 we can. But okay, some people have that that feeling, oh, I slept only 6 hours, that feeling. Okay, so then maybe, but Prabhupada recommended 6 hours. Understand? If you feel like you can't survive 2 more hours, 8 hours, but more than 8 hours is definitely in mode of ignorance. Understand? So these are the 2 things we need to remember. If we have proper sleep, definitely I experienced many times. If we have a perfect and proper sleep, okay, so after 6 hours we'll wake up. So don't go to bed late. Okay, go to bed early. That's why we changed the class, 8 o'clock to 7:30, because Mataji is, some Matajis asked, if it is 7:30, we can go to bed early, and we can get up early, like that. So this is also very, very important point. Any questions on these 2 points? No. See, implementation is very, very, very important. Okay, so Bhagavad Gita is meant to implement in our lives. That is very, very important. Okay, it's not a theory. So that's why these 2 verses are the verses which helps us to implement in our daily lives. Okay, please don't miss. these things. It is very unfortunate, we are actually, people are not coming to these sessions. Okay, let us see. Like 16, 17. No, 18. Sumudra Mataji, could you please read 18?
Yeah, sure. Yada viniyatam chittam atmani eva vartistate nishpriha sarva kamebhyo yukta iti uchyate tada. Translation. When the yogi, by practice of yoga, disciplines his mental activities and becomes situated in transcendence, devoid of all material desires, he is said to be well established in yoga. Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The activities of the yogi are distinguished from those of an ordinary person by his characteristic cessation from all kinds of material desires, of which sex is the chief. A perfect yogi is so well disciplined in the activities of the mind that he can no longer be disturbed by any kind of material desire. This perfectional stage can automatically be attained by persons in Krishna consciousness, as stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam 9.4.18 to 20.
Read the translation, because that's very big. Yeah.
Okay. King Amrisha first of all engaged his mind on the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Then one after another, he engaged his words in describing the transcendental qualities of the Lord, his hands in mopping the temple of the Lord, his ears in hearing of the activities of the Lord, his eyes in seeing the transcendental forms of the Lord, his body in touching the bodies of the devotees, his sense of smell in smelling the scents of the lotus flowers offered to the Lord, his tongue in tasting the tulsi leaf offered at the lotus feet of the Lord, his legs in going to places of pilgrimage and the temple of the Lord, his head in offering obeisances unto the Lord, and his desires in executing the mission of the Lord. All these transcendental activities are quiet, befitting a pure devotee. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, still there, Mataji.
Okay. This transcendental stage may be inexpressible subjectively by the followers of the impersonalist path, but it becomes very easy and practical for a person in Krishna consciousness, as is apparent in the above description of the engagements of Maharaj Amrisha. Unless the mind is fixed on the lotus feet of the Lord by constant remembrance, such transcendental engagements are not practical in the devotional service of the Lord. Therefore, these prescribed activities are called archana, or engaging all the senses in the service of the Lord. The senses and the mind require engagements. Simple abnegation is not practical. Therefore, for people in general, especially those who are not in the renounced order of life, transcendental engagement of the senses and the mind, as described above, is the perfect process for transcendental achievement, which is called yukta in the Bhagavad Gita.
Wonderful. Madhavi Mataji, could you please read this verse?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
6:19, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yada deepo nivata stito nangate sopama smruta yogino yada chittasya yunjite yogam atmanaha. As a lamp in a windless place does not waver, so that transcendentalist whose mind is controlled remains always steady in his meditation on the transcendent self. A truly Krishna conscious person, always absorbed in transcendence, his constant undisturbed meditation on his worshipable Lord is as steady as a lamp in a windless place.
Yeah.
That's it. Hare Krishna.
So these two verses 18 and 19. 18. When the yogi by practice of yoga disciplines his mental activities and becomes situated in transcendence, devoid of all material desires, he is said to be well established in yoga. So what Prabhupada mentioned here, the activities of yoga are distinguished from those of an ordinary person. So first point we need to understand is, we can clearly, there is a clear difference between a yogi or devotee and a non-devotee that we can see. Though externally in our daily lives we can see, a devotee works, non-devotee works, a devotee marries, non-devotee marries. Yeah, a devotee has a car, some nice house to live, and children to raise, and non-devotee also same. Yeah, but there is definitely a difference between these two things, these two people. This is one point we need to remember, because the way they live, the lifestyle, okay, that matters. Okay, and of course, how they regulate their lives, the principles, restrictions. Yeah, so how they regulate their material desires. Of course, here Prabhupada mentioned the sex is the chief. Uncontrolled sex is very, very dangerous to the soul. Yeah, but the whole world is revolving around, that one only, isn't it? No matter what it is, either a movie, a TV serial, or a web series, or or a story, a novel, anything to attract people to business, the weakness of the people. Okay, so these people just to focus on, this, all nonsense things, and unfortunately, people fall in the trap, particularly youth. Yeah, the school people, school children, and college students, like that. So that is a very, very a major obstacle in the spiritual life. Proper clearly mentioned. As I mentioned, that's why we can see nice youngsters, in our temple, like Pandavasena people, all young people, who are like, yeah, those who are young, actually, they are very young. Okay, I was not like them, when I was young. Yeah, but if we see in our temple, the Pandavasena, how nicely they are, practicing their lives. And if we see the external world outside, how these young people are, engaged themselves in all sort of, nonsense activities. Yeah. So people feel like, they are missing the fun by following regulations. I went to this as the near Trafford Center here, and in George upstairs, the cloth department area, there it's written. What it is written is, don't follow the regulations. If you follow regulations, you miss the fun of life. I don't remember the exact statement, but the meaning of the statement is this one. Okay, don't follow the regulations of life. If you follow, you miss the fun. Understand? So this is what written there. Yeah. Either food habits or the dress sense, yeah, or the friendships they make. So the young generation, they want the fun. They want to enjoy that fun. And they feel like, if they don't, they miss the enjoyment of the life. So they think youth is meant to enjoy. Understand? So that's why, as I mentioned, these youngsters, Yes, Manjula Mataji, you raised your hand.
Prabhu, it's not the youth. I see 70, 80-year-olds here
Definitely,
as well. The
definitely.
only concept they have got is fun, and what 16, 17-year-old or 13-year-old does here, the 80-year-old also does the same.
True, true,
They
true,
got nothing different. It's very surprising to see they've got no sense control at all. But
true,
this is how
Mataji.
it is.
Yeah, that is true. That's a perfect point actually Mataji mentioned. Like, forget about youth, yeah, where that natural tendency of the desires exists. But like Mataji mentioned, 70 years, 80 years old people also. That is true, definitely. I went to Stoke on Trent yesterday to give a class there because Radhaman Prabhu asked for a Ugadi special class. So one question was asked. What is the question they asked is like, while I was explaining this matra sparshastha kaunteya, yeah. So, okay, pain and pleasure, they both come in our lives. Yeah. So neither pain is permanent nor pleasure is permanent. Both will come and go, just like summer and winter. So the question is, why, when the pain is also guaranteed and comes after pleasure, why can't I enjoy that pleasure when it comes in my life? What's wrong in that one? The pleasure comes in my life, let me enjoy fully. Because next to pleasure, the pain is there. I have to bear the pain. I have to suffer the pain. Yeah. Why can't I enjoy this pleasure? This is the question asked. I remember when I first came to UK, I was in London, my friends, my roommates. So, of course, I came on a job, but some people came on dumping, so like they pay some consultant money there and they come here on work permit, yeah, like that. So those who are already here, they are saying, yeah, some 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you enjoy. You go to London Bridge, Edinburgh, that one, this one, fully, just relax and do, just go and sightseeing everywhere. Okay, because after this 2 weeks or 3 weeks, okay, once you start job hunting, okay, so you have to face so many challenges and problems and all those things. Okay, those are ready for you, waiting. Yeah. Okay, before facing them, yeah, you first allocate some 2 weeks or 3 weeks and just go around London, Edinburgh, Scotland, Lake District, that one, this one, and fully enjoy these 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And then, yes, challenges are waiting for you, so you have to face the challenges in job hunting. Like that, all my roommates, they used to tell people like that. So similar question, who want to answer? Who want to answer this question? Because you all know something from Bhagavad Gita. If someone asks you the same question, why can't I enjoy that pleasure which comes on my way when I know I have to suffer for the pain which is ready after pleasure? See, this is what, implementing Bhagavad Gita in our daily life, isn't it? Who want to answer?
Prabhu, what the issue is that this becomes like a cyclical thing. You work, then you get tired, then you just want to go and have fun, then you work, then you want to go and have fun. So this is exactly, I don't know, it's this is how the West is geared, isn't it? Work hard and then let's go and have fun. Let's go and have a holiday. Let's go and have a holiday. Then they'll moan about the work 24/7, and then they'll go and have a holiday, and then they'll come and relax, and they'll come and moan, and then they'll keep working. So I don't think one needs to be content in both situations, I think, wherever you are. So I don't know what the right answer for this is, Prabhu. I'm sorry, I don't know.
That's it. Who else can answer this question? Amada Prabhu, you have any thoughts on this one?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. You got the question, right?
Yes, but I still don't have much comment. I just follow what he's saying, doing my best to not fall with the senses of the body.
Okay. Anyone else? Bhuvaneshwari Mataji, you have any idea? How can you answer? See, my point is like everyone is a creature, isn't it? If someone asks you, what best answer we can give? That's yes, Bhuvaneshwari Mataji.
If I don't know, Prabhuji, how I would answer this because it's a bit difficult one.
Try your level. Try your level. Don't worry.
In Bhagavad Gita, it says that pleasure and happiness and distress is like a season, summer and winter. So it's going to come and go. So you just got to take each one in the same mood rather than just go over the board of enjoying yourself and over the board of being distressed. You got to take both of them as just part of life.
Yes, Madhavi Mataji, you have any thoughts?
Prabhuji, the modes is working is a difference to everyone, Prabhuji. Not everybody is the same moods. Now, if a good pleasure, if you can, Prabhuji, if sattva happiness, you can take pleasure. No problem. I don't think so.
Okay. Even sattva happiness also. Okay, you say we can enjoy the sattva happiness. Yeah.
Sattva happiness and
the happiness in mode of goodness we can enjoy.
We are devotees, na. That's why with Krishna's pleasure we can take sattva happiness, and non-devotees, I don't know, Prabhuji, about them. Sattva happiness.
Okay, from devotee point of view, what Mata is saying, whatever happiness they get, that's in mode of goodness, sattva goodness. So
that is put in Krishna center, you can take pleasure.
Okay. Then what about, how can you answer if a non-devotee asks the same question? Or a practicing, person. That is bhakti. Whatever you mentioned is bhakti, isn't it? Yes, definitely. Yeah. But a generally public, asks this question, what should we answer?
Everybody depends on moods, Prabhuji. Somebody, they want to enjoy the sattva happiness, and somebody, they doesn't want even sattva happiness also.
Yeah, from spiritual point of view. See, Sumudra Mataji, you have any thoughts on this one?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I would say it's not my own words, but Srila Prabhupada's lectures were saying that it's like chewing the chewed. You've been enjoying life after life, life after life. So after many births, you've been fortunate enough to understand who is God. You've got this human form of life. So don't waste even a single moment. Utilize it and surrender to Krishna, because he's saying, Jivera Charan Hoy Krishna Nityadas, and you will become happy, because the souls is similar to Krishna. Krishna is Satchidanand Vigraha. Anand is one of them. Pleasure, potency is there. So even we want to enjoy, but we have to work hard like an ass and then try and utilize that. And then once everything is finished, back to the grinding stone. In that way, your life will finish. So Prabhupada saying, just give this one life to Krishna and you serve him and you'll become so happy. This is my thought.
Okay, wonderful. Krishna Priya Mataji, do you have any answer from your point of view?
Prabhuji, sorry, Hare Krishna.
You
Hare
got
Krishna.
the question?
No, I didn't understand. Can you repeat that question?
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. So let me repeat the question. The question is like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna mentioned like, the pain and pleasure will come just like winter and summer. Okay. So the question, one person asked the question yesterday in Stoke on Trent. Yeah, when I went to give a class in Stoke, the person is, okay, when pain and pleasure comes one by side, side by side, why can't I enjoy the pleasure which comes in my life? Because I know the pain is next in the list to come in my life, I have to suffer. When the pain comes, I have to suffer. Then why can't I enjoy the pleasure? That's the question.
Because Prabhuji, I think his mind, his mind is too much involved in materialistic things rather than Krishna consciousness. That's like you said, we are a material body. That's we have to understand that the illness comes, age comes, we will be getting gross, and we will. This is we will accept that, isn't it? And along this is our Krishna conscious mindset, and then you will enjoy. And eventually, when you purify the soul internally, not externally, when you externally point of view, we will all gonna be have a suffer, because outside never happiness is all happiness is internal, is connection in there. I think so, but I don't know if I right or wrong.
That's fine. That's fine. So I just want to know, whatever is in your mind. That's it. Okay, wonderful. Swara Mataji, I have a question for you.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Mataji, a simple question. Just tell in your mind. If someone asks you the question, the question is, in our lives, the pleasure comes and pain comes. So that's happiness and distress is part of our life. And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also mentioned Matra Sparshasta Kaunteya Sitoshna Sukha Dukkada. So Sukha and Dukkha will come in our life just like pain and winter and summer. Okay. So the question is, why can't I enjoy the pleasure that comes in my life when I know I have to suffer the pain which is going to come next? What's wrong? I am suffering pain.
I got your question. Prabhuji, I feel both are, let it be joy or let it be sorrow, both are going to be temporary. So I feel we should not get carried away too much, whether it is pain or whether it is pleasure. Because if we are too much into pleasure and enjoyment, maybe we will not be able to take up the pain when it comes. We might get into too much depression, or we might, we might not be able to cope up to the pain when it comes. So I think let it be pain or let it be pleasure, we know that it is temporary and we should not go too much into it. Okay, let it be pain or let it be pleasure. Our take towards it should be neutral, so that whatever comes, we are able to deal with it.
Wonderful.
Only if we are neutral, I think we can deal with it. If we go too much into it, we cannot take, either it is too much pleasure or it is too much pain. We cannot take. We might go in a worse situation, like, in the worser case, we might not be able to handle things. So I think being neutral is what one should be in any of the situation.
Very good, very good. Wonderful, Mataji. Good. Because the points mentioned by Swara Mataji, we discussed yesterday, same points like that depression, that suppression, this frustration, and don't be overjoyed, or don't be too much distress. Exact the same points we discussed yesterday. So those are the perfect points Swara Mataji mentioned. Yes, it came from her heart, but these are very, very important points for all us to understand. Radhaman Prabhu, while taking a prasadam yesterday, Radhaman Prabhu mentioned one thing. So a person who was in depression, he started coming to that temple in Stoke, Radhaman Prabhu's that Hare Krishna center. First, he is to come with two caretakers. They come along with him, like that. And after some 2 weeks or 3 weeks, he started coming on his own without the help of caretakers. And then the caretakers came and observed what exactly happening here, and how is this person. And then they felt like, okay, he is on the right track. Okay, the person who is in depression, after coming to this Hare Krishna center, initially with the help of the 2 caretakers, and then started coming on his own. Yeah, but caretakers also observed separately, is he okay, in terms of his thoughts or consciousness or mind. Yeah, so coming alone, and then they concluded that, yeah, he is slowly changing. Yeah, and another point Prabhuji mentioned, while the kirtan is going on, from this person's eyes, tears, they used to come. And he wipes just like this. Yeah, and just stands. Yesterday we danced, I engaged while Radhaman Prabhu is doing kirtan. I engaged with the people, to dance. Some people came and danced, but that time I didn't know that he is the one. So this person stand at the back. So while taking prasadam, Radhaman Prabhu told me all these things. Yeah? Tears comes from his eyes, but he wipes, and he just enjoys the kirtan. Yeah, like this. And coincidentally, in my class also, I spoke about this depression, this frustration. Okay, don't be too much happy, overjoyed, or don't be too much distressed. Yeah, and be stable in your mind, like Mataji mentioned, the neutral. Yeah, so we have to take whatever comes in our lives. Yeah, so with the equal vision, like that, all these points. So what Radhaman Prabhu mentioned is, I don't know how you spoke these points, but these things perfectly suit to that person. He is in this particular condition, and somehow Krishna, through you spoke the mapped content to him, like that Radhaman Prabhu mentioned. Yes, Manjula Mata, you raised your hand.
Prabhu, this thing to explain to people is very difficult. I've tried that. It doesn't work because they say, oh, well, you don't have those emotions, you don't show that passion, you don't show this. If we try to show that balance sort of thing to most things around, they think there is something wrong.
Definitely, it depends on the person.
It's a temperament of people is very different. They say, oh, well.
True. So it depends on the person's mood. Sometimes we don't use, like again, yesterday, before starting my class, Radhaman Prabhu told, so there may be some 4 or 5 Westerners may come to the class. If they come, I will give you a signal. You please say about this Ugadi as like, it's not a religious festival. Yeah. So you say like, Ugadi is like, environmental related. Yeah. Related to nature, related to trees, like that, so that they will connect. Yeah. So depending on the, the consciousness and mood of the audience, sometimes we have to use the words. Yeah. Sometimes they may not like also, Mataji. I totally agree with you. Yes, Swara Mataji, you raised your hand.
Yes, Prabhuji, I have an example to quote here. Like I have few of my friends who call me sometimes and they tell, okay, what you're doing on weekend, where did you go? Where did you enjoy? You're on site now and all that. So I, like when I talk to them, I don't try to give much explanation, but if they consistently keep asking, okay, what you're doing, you don't post any photos, something like that. So then I tell them, see, either I'm in India or I'm here, it's all the same for me. It's just my place of location is different. You might feel it is, very good being on the other side, but it's not like that. It's all the same. So if I get too much entangled to being here or started liking the lifestyle, and suppose I have to come back in 6 months, I can't cope up then. So wherever we are, if we are neutral, that will, that will keep us. Otherwise, once we go back to India, we will start thinking UK, or, that this is not permanent for us. Might be 6 months I have to go, or 1 year I have to go. So I have to think, okay, this is temporary for me, be here, just stay and go back. So if we are in that mindset, then it is good. But some people, if they have to go back, they get into that depression mode. Oh no, I can't go and all that. But I think if we are stable and if we think, okay, I'm just here, tomorrow I might have to go back. If I'm keep my mind that way, then it will not be very difficult even if I have to go back. So I mean, that's example. I think always, like, whenever either I'm very happy or I'm sad, I feel this is not going to be lasting for long.
Yeah, true, Mataji. Yeah, very good points all of you mentioned. Yeah, so from devotee point of view, devotee perspective, Madhavi Mataji mentioned, like, the Sattva Guna, happiness of Sattva Guna we have to enjoy definitely. We enjoy Kirtan, we enjoy Krishna Prasadam, we enjoy, Krishna Katha, those things we enjoy definitely. Okay, anyway, the answer I gave is, like, first of all, we need to see again the answer depending on the nature and the mood of the person, consciousness of the person. We use the words, since this is asked in the temple by a practitioner. So the answer I have given is, like, first of all, we need to understand who is the supreme proprietor. This is very, very important. Who is the supreme proprietor? Who is the owner? Who owns even this gross body of a jiva? Actually, who owns it? This life, who owns it? Originally, Bhagavad Gita mentioned Krishna is the supreme proprietor. Understand? When Krishna is the supreme proprietor, no matter whether it is a joy or misery, it has to be offered to Krishna only. Understand? It doesn't mean you don't enjoy. When we offer to Krishna only, we will enjoy. The happiness in Sattva Guna, the point which Madhavi Mataji mentioned. But if we want to enjoy it without offering to Krishna, what happens? When the misery comes, what Krishna says? When there is a pleasure, you enjoyed on your own. You have taken the ownership. Misery also, you take the ownership. I don't interfere. Understand? We are alone. When we offer the enjoyment to Krishna, when the misery comes, Krishna gives the strength to face it. Because Krishna has given the same strength to Pandavas. He has given the same strength to Prahlad Maharaj, and so on and so forth. So many devotees we can understand from Bhagavad Gita. Understand? So offering pains people will offer. When the pain comes, immediately they will go to temple. You protect me, they do that puja, this puja, 108 rounds around the temple, these things. When pain comes. But when pleasure comes, they enjoy it. They even don't think of temple. Understand? This is nothing but duplicity, isn't it? Yeah. Pain comes, you want the God to save you, but pleasure comes, you want to enjoy on your own. It's not fair deal. So key point is understand who is the supreme proprietor, who is the supreme owner. And I gave the example, I mentioned this example many times. The girl Yoshna who stayed in my house a few years back. So very wonderful devotee. Very recently, one point I would like to tell, she has taken initiation on the Gaur Purnima day, on last Gaur Purnima, from His Holiness Bhakti Vasudeva Maharaj in Mayapur. That's one good news. So this girl asked, when I sing Kirtan, devotees appreciate me. But Prabhuji, these appreciations, I feel pride. But how can I tell them, don't appreciate? Don't praise me. So I told her, it's very natural. Either as an encouragement, or if it moves their heart, devotees naturally appreciate you. You can't stop them from those appreciations. What you need to do is, the moment you receive the appreciation, immediately within your heart, you humbly offer to your spiritual master. Don't keep it with you. No. You humbly receive it. Immediately, my dear Guru Maharaj, this property, means these appreciations, belongs to you, not belongs to you. He offered to his spiritual master. He offered to his spiritual master. Finally, it will reach to Krishna. So, what? Luggage free, travel. We are the travelers. Spiritual travel is luggage free. We don't, that weight. If we have that weight, if we have the luggage, we can't travel to spiritual world. It's a burden. Receiving the appreciation and keeping with you and feeling pride, it's a burden. Immediately offer to the spiritual master. Understand? So we need to understand who is the supreme proprietor. So naturally in our lives, people will appreciate, isn't it? From that, whatever to the heights of the success you receive, you get everything. Everything must be offered to spiritual master in a humble mood and get, zero luggage with you. Then what happens? When the misery comes, they will take care. They will give the strength. That is what the whole Bhagavatam is about. Understand? So, which is nothing but the word Mataji used neutrality. The word Madhavi Mataji used the happiness in Sattva Guna. Understand? This is the practical implementation of our lives. Okay, thank you very much. Sorry, I have taken 4 minutes extra, but since this is a very important point, I would like to mention clearly. So thank you very much. I humbly request, okay, please attend the sessions. Please don't miss the sessions. Yeah, regularly attend and encourage others also, okay, to attend it. Yeah, if I say to attend, they may feel like, yeah, like I'm commanding or ordering like that. But I used to tell whenever I see, yeah. But you please encourage others also. You please come and attend, so everyone will get the benefit. Understand? I am not getting any salary or anything. Yeah, I mentioned many times, like we are all learning together. Yeah, the time I am spending, so like it helps to me, helps to you, to everyone. So like that, encourage others also, because not many people are attending. So you please encourage them. Yeah. And one more point is like, yeah, if you give your darshan, we will take your darshan first. And then Bhunesh Mata, you please stay online for a few minutes. I just want to talk to you. So thank you very much. Wonderful. Yeah, thank you, Madhavi Mataji. So Sumudra Mataji, can we have detailed darshan?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, wonderful. Blue color.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. When is Ujjalan Mataji coming back?
1st of April.
1st of April.
Yeah.
3 days. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let us take darshan of Radha Gokulananda. Gaurita, Venerable Subhadra. Okay, thank you very much. We'll meet again next Monday. I again request you, please go through these verses. And in April,
How did you answer that person? What did you say to him when he said, "Why can't I enjoy"?
yeah, I told him first we need to understand who is the supreme proprietor. Okay, and he is the one who is the right person to offer your enjoyment, and that is the real enjoyment. Okay, if you own your enjoyment, you have to own your pain also. Understand? Don't enjoy without Krishna. That's the one, I answer. So if you take the responsibility, if you feel, I am the owner of this enjoyment, let me enjoy. Then what Krishna says? The pain also you are the owner. You face it. Okay, I don't interfere. Yudhishthira Maharaj, even he became king, he did perform Rajasuya Yajna and he offered the result to Krishna. Isn't it? Yeah, all the great devotees. Yeah. Though they reached the peaks of the success in their lives, they offered the success to the Lord. They did not own it. So very, very important point is understand who is the supreme proprietor and offer your enjoyment to that supreme proprietor. That is the real enjoyment. Enjoying on your own, taking the ownership of your enjoyment, then you will become alone. Then whatever pain comes next, okay, you have to face. Krishna doesn't interfere. So pain or pleasure, but people offer the pain, but they don't offer the pleasure. Offer the pleasure also to Krishna. That is the real enjoyment. That's what I told you. Got it, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu, thank you.
Yeah. So that's why we need to understand the supreme proprietor. Who is the supreme proprietor? Okay, so we'll meet again next Monday. In April, we'll have Saturday class. Okay, in one of the houses, we start, one Saturday per month in house program. Okay, that will start from April onwards. Okay, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Praneshwar Prabhu, how are you?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So how was your India trip?
Your trip is okay. Nice, very nice.
Very nice. Good, good. You enjoyed
Yes.
the weather,
Weather was very, very nice. Weather was very
everything.
Mhm.
Very good, very good. Very nice to see you back. I couldn't meet you yesterday.
Because you went to the Stoke and Trent.
Yeah, I went to Stoke and Trent. So, Mataji, so Ramanavami, could you please bring your deities?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Ram Lakshman. And also please make garlands also for your deities. Small garlands also you make. And yeah, if you bring it, program starts by 7, at least 6:45, something like that, we can put in the altar.
Okay.
6:45.
So yes, that is one point. And the second point, back to service, can you offer Aarati this Sunday, coming first of April?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so 1st of April, Aarati service, please start again.
Okay.
And very nice to see you, Mataji, back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so and Prabhuji also. We will meet personally. What we changed the time to 7:30 because devotees want to, if we finish at 8:30, okay, they can go to bed early, that's and as of now, only on Mondays, but what we are thinking is, one Saturday house program.
I see. Okay.
Per month, one Saturday house program. And for even now, even 4 sessions also, see, very few people are coming. I don't know why. Let us see. But you please encourage others also to join. Whoever are there, yeah, who attended before, and not
Yeah.
attending, yeah, you please, encourage them, to come and join. That is
Yeah.
anyway, that is our moment, isn't it? Our moment is,
Yeah.
bring people to these sessions also. Yeah. So when you meet in the temple, I also use it to say, but if I say, sometimes people feel like, maybe I am ordering, something like that. So, but I use it to tell very friendly. Yeah, so that is one thing. So Ram, Lakshman, Hanuman, the deities with the garlands, you please bring this Thursday for festival, and Sunday, as usual, I am giving class anyway. I will be in the temple. Yeah. So yeah, Aarti. We really missed you for Gaur Purnima. We thought many times, even Damodaras Prabhu also, that donation box, those things, your services, we recollected many times actually. So Bhaneshwari Mataji and Praneshwar Prabhu, he also mentioned like, they do very nicely. I
Where
don't
you
know
celebrate,
if I can do
Prabhuji?
like
Gaur
them.
Purnima is in temple.
In Jain temple.
Jain temple. Okay.
Jain
Yeah.
Samaj, Jain Samaj. Yes. Yeah, we celebrate in Jain Samaj also. But yeah, happy to see you back, Mataji. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. We had a very nice Gaur Purnima in Navsari temple, Ishkon temple.
Very good, very good.
And Nityanand Triyodasi in Juhu temple.
Oh, super.
Yeah. Had a
Wonderful.
good time there, going on Shobha Yatra and Abhishek and taking part in all that. It was really long. It was very blissful.
Very good, very good.
In
You are
Gaur
really
Purnima,
blessed.
Prabhuji, Gaur Purnima, the Ujjwali Mataji and the Ramila Mataji was there.
Yeah.
Mataji
Oh,
was
okay. Very good. You met there.
Yeah. In the temple
super.
they came, in Navsari temple they all came. So it was very nice.
So, Mataji, your native place, which state is your native place? Navsari?
Navsari in Gujarat, yeah.
Gujarat.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Very good. Nice. So you all met in the land, motherland.
Because we all live there, so they all came for Gaur Purnima there to the temple.
We enjoy in Juhu temple as well, Prabhuji. We had a Shobha Yatra early in the morning, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Very nice.
Very good. Wonderful. So nice to see you back. So yeah, we'll meet in the temple on Sunday, Mataji.
Okay.
And of course, Thursday. Anyway, Thursday we have festival. We'll definitely meet it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thursday, what time the program will start?
7 o'clock. 7.
7. What time the program will start on Thursday?
7.
7 o'clock. So we will be there at 6:30. Something.
Yeah, we'll try and get there by 6:30.
6:30.
My dad's